Okay, welcome back to the vlog, everybody. First off, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Damon from Daily Driven Exotics. Big props on changing your own wheels on your Lambo. That's awesome. Someday I hope I can achieve the same level of owning Lamborghinis, exotics, and working on them myself. But right now, just working on the daily drivers is good enough for me. So, yeah, so let's see just who does it better. Who changes their tires better? Okay, we're here in Canada, Edmonton, Alberta. We've got a little bit of a snow, sprinkle, sleet coming down. It's quite cold today. It's only 2 degrees. I'm in a t-shirt because I've just been doing work. Yeah, it's all the leaves are off the trees now. And yeah, it's quite cold. So it is the season right now to be switching all your tires over to winter tires. When you live up north like we are, winter tires are required to drive safely on our roads. It just makes driving way better. I'm not saying it's still dangerous to be driving out in the snow if you're not prepared, but winter tires help out a lot. So, we've got the winter tires. We're just doing an install video on them. So this is an instructional video on how to change tires properly. We're also doing rear brake pads on the back, so we'll show you a little bit about that. So, I hope the wind noise isn't too bad. It's really windy right now, and it's the sock is on here. So, yeah. So, there's my 2014 Mitsubishi Lancer. It's a limited edition, which means it's basically the base model with a few extra leather trims here and there. But it serves a purpose. We bought that thing brand new with all of 20 kilometers on it. There it is in the focus. And now we are just about at 100,000 kilometers already. We have owned it for almost 4 years. Yeah, this coming February we'll have this for 4 years. So 100,000 kilometers. We've put the light bar in the bottom. Today we're doing rim tire swap to winter wheels, as it is currently has some snowflakes coming down outside. It's only 2 degrees today, and next week's supposed to be -5 all week. So winter tires are going on. We're going to try to fit my R32 Skyline rims on to this. Hopefully they fit. I used to have them on the wagon for winter, so we'll see if we can fit those on here. And yeah, so we'll walk you through step by step on changing tires, and we're also doing a rear brake job as well. So yeah, let's get started. Tools you're gonna need: you want yourself a breaker bar. I just pick up a nice 1/2-inch breaker bar. You can usually pick one of these up for like 10 bucks. 10-20 bucks you can pick one of these up. Always useful to have one of these with you. You could use one of these stars or plus signs, whatever you want to call that, but you know what size your wheel lug nut is. Buy yourself a socket, an extension, one of these. You're also going to need a torque wrench. Any cheap torque wrench will do. It'll get you close to where you're trying to get to. But it's very important to torque your wheels after you're done, because if you do over tighten it and try to take it off, you'll stretch the lug nuts and you'll actually end up breaking the studs on your vehicle as you're driving down the road. potential for a wheel to fall off, and if it's not tight enough, then they'll rattle and you also break studs. So very important. Torque your wheels, guys. So first step, we got it planted on the ground. We haven't jacked it up yet. We're just going to go along and we're going to crack all the lug nuts. That way we can get it free without the wheel spinning, putting any strain on the wheel. Next step, we're going to pull these brakes off because we're going to change the pads. These are the rear ones. These ones have one piston on this side, nothing on this side, and it works on these little slide pins, so the whole thing moves back and forth. So we got to pull these slide pins out, and this should just pop off. Okay, so we've got both the brake pads out on this side. You can see we've got the caliper off here. So there's your one piston. There's your slide pin. The other one's on that side. Mitsubishi put the brake line right behind there, so you can't actually get at that. So we'll just left it in. When this pushes out, it moves on the slide pins so that both brakes actually squeeze on this rotor. You can just feel the edges here. Make sure there's not a big lip, that's not worn down. That's pretty much brand new still. And when we take a look at our old pads, here's our new pad right there. And there's our old pad. These ones actually aren't bad at all. You can see they're only worn down by maybe a few tenths of an inch there. So these ones aren't bad. We do have to do the other side, so we might as well do both. Here's the other side. A little bit more. Now we got our brake hardware kit here. This piece, if you can see that, that's for your squeal wear indicator. So that goes right on your brake pad, just like so. So when you get down to that last bit, that piece of metal will start squealing on the brake drum, and you know it's time to change your pads. So, but only one side has them. So on our side, it didn't actually squeal at us because the side that didn't have them is the one that's low. So, okay, now that you've got your brake pads out of there, to put your new ones in, you need to compress this piston because it has slowly worked its way out. It self-adjusts as your pistons wear, or your as your pads wear. This comes further and further out. So there's two different styles. This style doesn't have any keyway in it, so all we need is a little piston caliper compressor like this. I picked this up from Napa for like 13 bucks, 12 bucks. If it's a different style, lots of automotive styles uses keyway that actually turns it back in. I picked that up just in case because I didn't know what style this was. It was only 10 bucks. So yeah, we'll just retract that. Now keep in mind, if you've had to top your brake fluid up at all over the span of this brake pad life, because as those pistons move out, you're going to have more fluid in the system. So you might see your brake fluid starting to get low, and that's just because there's more in your brake system. That's another indicator that you might need brake pads soon. So now, if you've never topped your brake fluid back up, you should be able to compress that piston back in and not need to worry about anything. But if you have topped your brake fluid up from time to time, you're going to have to watch under the hood, because now that you're pushing the piston back in, you're putting more fluid up into the master cylinder and might overflow. But right on this one, we should be good. We don't need to do that because we never topped the fluid up. And it shouldn't be that low because all the pads are actually pretty good. So we'll just open this package up and start compressing this piston. So when we do this, we just screw this piece out. So that it fits in here. This way. I'll just go all the way till the bottom's out. Now it's good. Backing that off. Pull that out of there. Now you can see that's flush. So this side has a little spring tabs on it. So, and two little dowels. So we're just gonna slide that into place, just like that. It snaps in. It's good. And the other side, we actually have two little sliding pins that we got to change. So pull those off. Should be good. And then we'll same the bottom one. Straight in. Just like so. Okay, now that you've got your pads in place, this one's on here, we're going to lube up these slide pins. So you just find a brake lubricant. They come in little packs, they come in big bottles, depends on how much you're going to be doing. If you're just doing a one-time use, buy these. Are like maybe $2 a pack. And there we go, that fits perfect, just like that. There you go. There's your brake job. Moves back and forth freely. That's good. So we're good to go. Put the tire on. Okay, that's the back one wheel on. A little dusty, but let's get the front one on, and then we'll repeat the same steps on the other side. It's important to note when you're torquing tires what your torque spec is. Look it up online. The bolt pad or the size of the nut usually determines the torque or the size of the stud. And then when you're torquing the wheels, you want to do it in a crisscross pattern. So in this case we have 5 lug nuts. So we're going to start with the top one. Doesn't really matter which one you start with. Go until Okay, now you can see the real difference. Here I got the new brakes. Here I got the old brakes. Let's get you focused in here. So, these two, that one's almost down to metal. That's a new one. The other side isn't as bad. Here you go. Still worn down a fair bit. Okay, so we just got the winter tires on. There we go. Focus on there. These are the tires I had on my wagon the past couple winters. They are R32 Nissan Skyline GTST factory wheels. They came on my wagon when I bought it. So since then, they were originally gray. I painted them, a previous owner painted them white. And then I got them, it was all flaked already, so I just decided to repaint them. I did them a purple color, metallic purple, a little dusty right now. And I don't really care about them too much. They're winter wheels. They're gonna get chipped up. So spray them a funny color and just have fun. We got the original factory Mitsubishi wheels over there that we originally plastied up a teal color, and then now we've resprayed them a aqua color. So yeah, we got it all done now. It's getting really cold out, starting to snow outside. We got these on just in time for the first couple snowfalls. My car, on the other hand, it's not ready for winter. That one's still sitting there without an engine, so we need an engine in that one for it to be ready for winter. But that'll happen soon enough. So yeah.